Once upon a time, there was a place of carved stone faces. A man with a lantern lay sleeping a dreamless sleep. The man knew nothing. One day, the man woke up. He rubbed the dried ink caked over his eyes and opened them. Around him, he saw other people stirring, and beyond, a horizon of unbroken darkness. A woman approached the man with the lantern. Her soft hand reached out to him. They had no words. They were a mystery to each other. Suddenly, a monster emerged from the darkness. Its eyes wild with hunger, it attacked. The people were no match for the monster. It tore their flesh and crushed their bones between its teeth. Some it devoured whole. Overcome with terror and grief, the man with the lantern collapsed to the ground. Cold stone noses pushed into his side. There was no escape. But the man did not want to die. Desperately grasping at the cold stone faces, he felt a crack and tore at it with all his might. A piece of stone came free. It was sharp and deadly. The man with the lantern scrambled to his feet, his weapon clenched in his fist. He took a deep breath and roared into the darkness. Somewhere in the place of stone faces, nameless men stand together. They have nothing but a need to survive and a lantern to light their struggles.
Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic on Board Game Geek, bringing you Lantern Year 3 of my playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. Now, just want to talk about a few things before we get started. Again, this game has got so much to it. By the time I finish Lantern Year, there's really no way I can go back and easily correct little mistakes and that sort of thing. So I tried to catch them in the last video, made some notes, like for instance the ground fighting card. I wasn't playing that right. I didn't need to run away from the lion, and so I wanted to address that just so you knew how to play that. As long as the person doing the hitting is not in the zone of death, it will not attack. So, for instance, when I had Lana up on the stone statue, she could have still sniped it and not created the effect where it attacks somebody in the zone of death, with the exception of when Sarah lopped off the lion's ding dong, because she had a priority target on her, and so based on what I understand about the way that card works, where you lop off his testes and he gets angry with you and focuses solely on you, if you do attack, if there is an attack, it will be on that character. So if she was standing next to him, I believe during that, she would have been hit, but otherwise I could have done it. Yeah. Anyway, I made notes in the previous video, so we're going to continue on and go forward. And guys, I'm just going to preface this game's got so much going on. I am going to miss a few things. So like most games that tell stories, I'm not going to rule lawyer it to death. I'm just going to keep plowing ahead, and I'll make notes where I can so that you can play it right during your playthrough. And know this, you will make mistakes too during your playthrough. Guaranteed. I've played this with other people and watched many playthroughs of it, etc. And it is very difficult not to make a mistake. There's just so much going on. That doesn't take away from how cool the game is, though. But anyway, we're going to get started on the Return of Our Survivors, Lantern Year 3. So we had Sarah, Angelica, Lana, and Mikhail return from a hunt against the White Lion. It was not as difficult as the previous one, and everybody came back with some wounds, but nobody came back as damaged as the previous fight. A tribute to the fact that we're getting better weapons and better stuff to be able to fight these creatures with. We have to make a decision this Lantern Year. Are we going to go after a screaming antelope or not? I believe that we are, even though it wouldn't hurt us to have more White Lion gear. I have not been lucky about getting White Lion furs and hides, because we need that stuff for improving our characters even better. The White Lion gear is much better than the Skinnery type gear. Though I could build a leather worker, it's very difficult to do. I could not do it this turn because I want to innovate, and building a leather worker requires an organ. I'll show that to you in a little bit. But first off, we have our returning survivors. And so the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to erase all of the damage, etc., and restore all the armor points for all of the characters returning. So So removing the strength token from that Sarah had that turn because it was just for that showdown. It already allocated at the end of the showdown when you're supposed to. It already allocated the hunt experience for the characters. So Sarah's currently at 3, Angelica's at 3, Mikhail and Lana are both at 2. They've been on 2 hunts so far. And then we're going to move forward. Now, we normally have 4 innovations, 1 for each returning survivor, but we have collective toil. It says at the start of the settlement phase, gain +1 token for every population for every 10 population. We currently have exactly 10. So we are going to gain another endeavor, which is awesome. That's going to give us lots of things to do this turn for this turn. And of course, as we go forth, so now we know what our endeavors are. So the next thing that we're going to do is draw a random event. These are always scary. The last one was the Dark Dentist. You notice that I left that up here because I am playing a house rule where you do not immediately put the card back into the deck. You do it the following year. So after we draw this card, Dark Dentist can go back into the deck, and she can show up again. But I don't like them to show up twice too quickly, and it has happened. So let's see what we get. There's so many different things that can happen that I want to show you guys some stuff. Stranger in the Dark. Okay, we're simply going to roll a d10 on this and see what happens. So let's roll it and see. I've had some, 2. I can't imagine that's going to be good. The stranger speaks, calling himself the Horizon Man. He claims to have touched the water in the sky. In a blink of an eye, the man is gone, leaving his lantern and a pile of bones. Add 1 skull, 1 bone, and 1 broken lantern resource to the settlement storage. What would have happened? Man, I'm not going to read ahead. I'm not going to read ahead. Because that was a really good card, actually. So we gain, even at a low roll, that was really good. So he comes in, he gives us a skull, a bone, and a broken lantern. So let me go get the basic resources out. Okay, so here are those cards. Now the lantern's not going to do us a lot of good right now. It's just going to go in our storage, the broken lantern. But I tell you what, this is going to change something for us this turn. I had made a plan to do something, and I'm changing it now. So I'm going to have to deal with that when we get there. But that ends our event. That was awesome. Some stranger showed up and then collapsed into a pile of bones. I mean, I can't believe it didn't even say it's going to haunt us later or anything. That's too good. Okay, we update the death count on our settlement. Well, Darkhaven is free of death at this point. No one has died in Darkhaven yet, and we're on Lantern Year 3. It is very unlikely that that's going to continue, guys. I'm telling you, the mortality rate in this game is typically quite high. People can die with 1 shot. It can be totally random too. Okay, now we're going to update the timeline, and I'll show you that. We'll get out our record sheet. Lantern Year 3 is interesting because there really isn't anything that special that happens in Lantern Year 3. It's just a year that goes by where we get a little break and decide on what we want to do. And so this is where I get to decide if I want to go hunting. Now I'm going to look at some milestones just to be sure I missed them. We haven't had a death. We don't have 5 innovations. Our population has not reached 0. So I think we are all caught up on that so far. Good for us, huh? Okay, so now then we go to the fun part, which is the development of our settlement. First thing we're going to do is we're going to spend an innovation. Well, it's nice to be loved and having people call me constantly, but I cannot go through a video without my phone interrupting me over this week. So I apologize again for that. My phone rang. Okay, so back, we're going to innovate. We're going to spend an endeavor, and we're going to spend a monster hide, a monster bone, and the organ, the lion's testicles, which is unfortunate because I could have used those in so many other ways, but I want to innovate. We're going to spend all 3 of those. Those are going to be gone, and we're going to innovate 1 more turn. Now, you can innovate more than once, but typically you don't have the resources to do that if you want to build some other stuff. And in this case, I don't, because I only have 1 organ at the moment. But let us do that. See what we get. We get Shrine and Ammonia. Okay, let's see. Ammonia allows us to... See, this might change some of the things we do, too. Because this allows us to build some other things, like a bone pick or bone sickle. I don't know. Also gives us +1 survival for departing survivors. But let's see what the Shrine gives us. Faith, Inner Lantern Consequence, may be used once per settlement phase. We can, Armor Ritual, 1d10, departing survivors gain +1 insanity, or 4+, final adjustment, departing survivors add 1 to all hit locations. Oh man, I want survival. We'll find other ways to get that through innovating, through things like the augury, stuff like that. But yeah, ammonia helps us later on, but we're going to take the shrine. There's absolutely no question about that. So put that back in the deck. We have innovated the shrine, and now we're going to have to get some shrine consequences out as well. Unfortunately, there's only one that I can find. I'll make sure I go through it again, but this is Faith Shrine, so the only one we get to add to our deck is Sacrifice. That's okay, because we need so many of the other ones. We are currently at 4 now, 4 innovations. We haven't gotten to 5 yet, which is going to give us something special. I wish I could innovate again, I'd do it. But look at the benefits we get from the shrine. So currently we have Language, Paint, Inner Lantern, and Shrine. We're getting better as we go, better as we go. Okay, and now we get to build stuff. Okay, like I said, I got to think about this because my plans have changed since I got those extra resources. Okay, we're going to start here in the Skinnery, where we're going to use the Shimmering Mane as 2 hides, because it says you can. 2 basic hides, and we're going to build, we're going to construct the rawhide gloves and the rawhide pants. Now, that doesn't get us quite a complete set, but we're really close to getting a complete set with somebody, so we're going to build those. That's going to use up our Shimmering Mane, and then we're going to move on. We're going to pass up the Organ Grinder for now. We're probably going to use it to do some augury, but we're going to move on to the Bonesmith. With the Bonesmith, our skull is what changed what we're going to do this turn. So our skull is going to allow us to build the skull helm. Just one skull can do it. You need 2 bones or 1 skull. So we're going to build a skull helm. That is a really powerful head item. It says it's 3 armor. First off, it says when you suffer a severe head injury, it's destroyed, but still very effective. So we built that, and that consumes our skull. Now, the other thing we're going to do is I'm going to use an innovation, because we have an extra one this turn, to innovate the weapons crafter. It requires 3 bones and a hide to build the weapons crafter. So we have built a new location, the weapon crafter, which will be added to our stuff, and that is going to require all 3 of these resources. So we are using up our resources, but we are getting things done, and that is awesome. And then, of course, this hide. Okay, that is the Bonesmith. Now the Caterium, we got 2 things we're building. There's a lot of things I can build here, but missing the white line, the white fur is really bad. But anyway, we need another Catar, because we pair those up and we give them to Sarah, and she becomes a beast, because these can be paired, remember, so she'll be rolling 4 dice, and she'll be doing a lot of damage, and they're deadly, so the chances of criticals higher, the chances of getting the trap are higher as well, but it's a risk-reward thing, and it's definitely worth doing. Okay, so we used 2 lion resources, the lion claw and the lion tail, to build the second set of Catars, and then we're going to use our 1 white lion fur and 1 white lion hide to build the white lion coat, and we're going to be giving this to Sarah, because it allows her to do pounce. She can spend her movement action and her action to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Then, if you move 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon with +1 strength. So that would be both of her Catars. That is pretty powerful, right? So that's going to be it. And then we have a couple things left over that we cannot use this turn. We're not going to. We got, well, we can when we innovate, perhaps. I got the Great Cat Bone, the Broken Lantern, and Iron that we might be able to do something with as we continue to innovate. We've used 2 of our 5 innovations, so we got 3 left, and we got a lot of great items. Okay, well, since we have 3 innovations left and not much we can do with them, we're going to spend them on some augury. Now, first off, we need to roll a d10, and we're going to pick a survivor. I think I'll start with Mikhail. No, let's start with Sarah. She's our big beefy one now. Let's start with Sarah. She's going to roll here, and let's see what she gets. We'll roll a d10. She got a 5, so she gains +1 survival. That's good, because she was at 1, actually. No, she's at 0. It's Angelica that was at 1. So she's going to have at least 1 survival when she goes out next turn. Lana's got a survival, and Angelica's got a survival. So next we'll do Mikhail. That's 2 innovations, and we'll have 1 left after that. Does Logan has 2 survival. He's probably going out next regardless. A 9, that is going to be Intimacy, so let me get that out. Good old Mikhail, he's a baby maker. I guess he and Kara, they're trying to continue to pump up the population. I don't have hovel or bed yet, so we're not going to get anything special out of it, but let's see what we roll. A 7, the settlement gains +1 population. The male and female gain maximum survival. So Kara already had 2, but that's going to give Mikhail 2. He had 0, so that's good. And we get to add a population. Mikhail, father of everyone, it seems. So we'll add that to our settlement. Added a female to our settlement. That gave us a population of 11. So our settlement's still growing. And then we got one more innovation to spend. I think we're going to do the same thing. And we will pick... I don't want to pick Logan. He's already done his thing. Let's pick Lana. Well, what can she really get? Well, an understanding, actually, and that would be really useful. Let's see if she can do that. Let's roll low, Lana. Come on. Oh, you know what? I get to roll 2 dice. I haven't worried about it because it's really been good for us. But remember, because of our Protect the Young, I get to roll 2 on the intimacy table. So I could have ended up... Let me roll just to see what I got. A 10. It means we got twins. Do I want to have... But no, I'd rather take the survival because we need that more, and our population would just be at 12 instead of 11. That's fine. Okay, but now we're going to roll again here. Let's see what we get on the organ grinder. A 2, perfect. Lose 1 resource from the settlement. If you do, gain an understanding. Well, she's going to do that. We're going to lose the broken lantern piece because it's not really useful to us right now. And that is going to give us an event for her, actually. Sorry, let me get Lana's sheet out. She's going to go up to 3 understanding, which is going to create a story event called Bold. Oh, sorry, not Courage, Understanding. Story event called Insight. So we're going to get the book out, and we're going to take a look at what Insight does. Lana has gained some knowledge. Okay, now, Insight, it says, in a single moment, the curtain of the world pulls back. Select the epiphany corresponding to the current game phase. The survivor may only gain these benefits once in a lifetime. So the epiphany is whether or not we get in the showdown phase, the hunt phase, or the settlement phase. We are in the settlement phase. So we're going to roll on this. So it says the hunt, which once filled you with inexorable dread, takes on a new dimension. Your expeditions outside the settlement inspire you with curiosity and wonder. Gain the following ability and roll on the table. Tinker. So Lana has become a tinker, and I know what this does already. It says when returning, survivors gain +1 endeavor. So she has got the ability of tinker. That is pretty awesome. Now she may end up having this. No, she doesn't have to. It says +1 to use this settlement phase. So when she returns, now that's not going to happen this phase because she already returned. But when she does return from her next hunt, she will gain an extra endeavor. That means between that and our collective toil, we're going to end up with, if everybody survives, 6 endeavors. It's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to roll a die on the table and see what she gets. A 5, gain +1 endeavor this settlement phase. Okay, fair enough. We get an endeavor. I would have much preferred the +1 strength or the +1 accuracy, but that's okay. She gained insight and gained +1 endeavor. So, good job, Lana. We got an extra endeavor, which means we're going to, guess what, augury one more time because we can't do anything different. Okay, and I think with that augury, let's see, do we go with, who hasn't done it? Well, we could do Kara. Kara has not done one. Let's see if we can beef her up while she's here at the settlement. Let's roll for her. A 10. So she's a baby machine as well. The baby factory is going to have a baby, but she's going to have a baby with Logan. Ooh, there's going to be some drama in the settlement right now. The love triangle between Mikhail, Logan, and Kara. So, and then that's also going to piss off Angelica because Angelica had a baby with, had intimacy with Logan as well. So here we are with the intimacy table again. We rolled a 5 and a 2, so we're obviously not going to take the 2. We're going to take the 5. It says a new survivor is brought kicking and screaming into the world. The child's eyes are free of the ink that stained the founders. The settlement gains +1 population. So we just gained, but a 2 would have been bad. So these double rolls, because it meant that Kara would have perished in childbirth, having too many darn children. But she didn't. So she had another baby boy. We're going to mark that as 12. Kara, the mother of all. Okay. Actually, Angelica had 1 child. There's going to be some jealousy there, I'm sure. But that is going to, basically, that's it. We have done all of our innovations. We have done everything. Now we got to move on to the hunt phase. I'm going to take this off screen. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to decide, guys, whether we go. I don't want to do too many filmings. I want to do 1 year at a time. So I think that we really need to go after a white line again. But now that we have the weapon crafter, there's some things that we can use. Well, No, that's not true. I think, well, let's go after a screaming antelope, because I think we're going to be equipped enough to do it. Let's think about it. When I come back, after cleaning up, we'll see which one we're going after. Hey guys, I changed one thing. I traded out the rawhide pants for the rawhide boots, because they also gave you +1 on departing with survival. And since we don't have any other way to get survival, there's some people that only have one and they could have two. So I'm going to make sure that they have gear that's going to give them a survival on departure. So we'll do that. The only one that has two right now is Mikhail. It's actually with the hunt, but I don't know. We're going to send out a slightly different crew this time around. We'll see. Before we do go out and hunt, I am going to be rearranging some gear. So, for example, Sarah is going to have the. Now she's the only one that's going to be able to get the. Well, that's not true. I could put the rawhide headband on someone else. But she's definitely going to get the 2 Katars and the white lion coat, so she can do the pounce with the 2 Katars. It's very, very effective. So that is going to be one change. I'm debating on whether or not I leave her with the rawhide headband or not. I am not going to equip Lana with any of the armor that I can think of unless I switch out a character. I believe that we're going to change it up, and Logan is going to take Angelica's place in this year's hunt. Angelica is going to stay behind. Now, why am I doing that? Well, because Logan needs some experience. He's still pretty effective. He's got a 2 courage. He's 1 away. If he can get 1 more courage, he's going to get the bold ability. So we got to do that. And he is -1 accuracy, but that's okay because he's going to have some good stuff. Okay, even though tactically it would probably be best, or strategically rather, it would probably be best to go after another white lion to get some gear from the white lion. I think we're decked out pretty well. I mean, I got extra weapons and everything. And we'll have some more stuff coming back. We'll get more bones and that. We can build, hopefully get some more hides and build some more, get a full suit of rawhide. Mikhail's got the bone helm, rawhide vest, the spear, and the bone blade. Lana doesn't have much in the way of armor, but she does have the catgut bow. I gave her the darts and the bone dagger just in case she needed melee for whatever reason. Sarah, of course, has the 2 Katars and the white lion coat, and of course cloth in her waist. And Logan is going with the rawhide headband, the rawhide vest, the rawhide boots, his axe, and cloth in his waist. So he's not horribly undecked out. We're ready. I think we're equipped enough and skilled enough to take this thing on. So we're going to do that. So let's set up right now. We got a couple things we need to do. Now, it has a different instinct ability and some different abilities which we'll go over during the game. The thing we have to do is set up the board. You can see that the antelope starts in the first level antelope starts in the same position as the first level lion does. We're going to put up only 2 of these special antelope cards are going in front of us to encounter on our way to fighting the antelope. The rest of them will have basic cards in between. So let's, I'm shuffling up his little deck of hunt cards. So we're going to put 1 directly in front of us here, and then 1 directly in front of the antelope. That's going to be his special hunt deck. And then we'll need to get out the basic hunt events. I just need a couple of those. We're going to do 1 there. I think these are stuck together. They are. Okay. 1 there, and I'll put 1 behind him just in case, but that'll be that. And we know that those do the same thing. These hunt events are the random table. Okay, now, the antelope is a very different creature. So while we're here, we're just going to get set up to prepare. So we need some terrain and deployment. We're going to need 3 acanthus plant cards out of the terrain deck. We're going to need 2 random terrain cards. And of course, because Lana is along, we're going to have the big stone head as well. So we're not going to have, unlike the lion, we're not going to have the grass though. We could end up with it, could be randomized. But there's the stone head. And then I'm going to get out the 3 acanthus plants, and then we'll see there's going to be 3 cards of acanthus plants. So there's going to be 6 total acanthus on the ground, and they're going to have special deployment as a result. And then I'm going to randomize the other 2. Okay, let's see what the other ones are going to be. Hopefully get something interesting. We get, oh, the dead monster again. I like that one. That was good. That actually makes this a better setup for us. I like that. That's going to help us with the antelope a lot. And the last one is the toppled pillar. Okay, those are going to be our terrain cards for this turn. That's going to make it rather interesting for us. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm trying to put them back, but I've got to find where they go. Hold on just a moment. That monster is going to change some of the setup for us quite a bit, make things a lot easier for us with the antelope, though I don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch. So first off, let's do our first, let's see who goes first. Well, Logan's crazy. He's diving in. He'll be the one to take the plunge. Let's see what he gets. Carpet of ticks. Oh, this is awful. Screaming antelope hunt event. The ground is covered with a carpet of huge writhing ticks. Each survivor must try and fend them off. Roll a d10 and add your experience to the result. Well, there's some good news. On a roll of 6+, you succeed in smashing the ticks away in a shower of gore. Okay, let's do that. We'll do Logan first. He's got 2 hunt experience. He rolls a 4, 6 exactly, so 6+. He doesn't suffer anything. So then we'll do Sarah next. She's got 3 experience. She rolled a 10, so she didn't suffer anything. Then Lana, she has got 2 hunt experience. She doesn't suffer anything. And then last but not least, the father of most of the children, Mikhail, rolls a 10. God, 10, 10, 10. The ticks have no effect. Otherwise, on a result of 6 or below, the ticks make you sick. Okay, but they didn't. We smashed the ticks. We had no problem whatsoever. Okay, next up, I think Sarah, the brave Sarah, will go. Now we know that this is going to be a random roll. Let's get the book out. Yeah, so as not to completely spoil things, I'm not going to show the pages so that you don't read the other ones. You can't read the other ones that are around it. I'm just going to roll. So we got an 82. I think that you never know with these. They go back and forth. So I'm going up to 82. Consuming grass. Vibrant green grass grows in patches ahead of the survivors. Closer inspection of the delicate leaves reveals them to be as sharp as fine blades. Carefully picking their way past the verdant hazards, a random survivor stumbles and becomes the straggler. Roll on the table. Okay, so we're going to have to pick the straggler. Let's see, it's going to be random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, Logan. Poor Logan, here we go again. But it could be good for Logan. Let me, let's push him forward. Okay, let's see what he gets. A 1, oh no, oh my gosh, that's awful. So as I said, guys, this is a game where fatality is inevitable. So, let me read to you what happens to Logan. The survivor lands in the grass patch. Quickly climbing to their feet, they realize it's too late. This is, of course, the straggler, not all of them. The parts of their body that touch the ground are sprouted with sharp grass blades. Any attempt to remove the grass spreads it further over the survivor's body. During the showdown, the monster treats the afflicted survivor as if they are already dead. The monster cannot target that survivor or trigger any reactions. When the survivor attacks at the end of this showdown, this survivor dies. So Logan knows he is dead. He is going to die at the end of this event. He's doomed from the start. It's too bad because he had the highest courage. He was about to get to, well, so does Lana. Lana's got 2. Actually, the only one that doesn't have 2 is, nope, they all have 2. So I was hoping to get some courage for him and beef him up some more, but unfortunately our axe-wielding Logan is going to perish at the end of this showdown. And it's going to be weird because he can go up and just wantonly attack the antelope, and the antelope won't do anything back, apparently. So, interesting. All right, well, that's the end of that. So let's move on. I think we'll have Mikhail take on the last of the events. Let's see what we get. Wow, Logan's dead. Wow. Vomit pile. The survivors find a half-digested remains of their quarry's last meal. Each survivor scavenging gains +1 courage and roll on the table. Okay, we're going to do this. But we could get sick. Archive all consumable. Nobody has any consumable gear, so that's the worst thing that can happen. We're definitely going to do it. We'll do Logan first. Let's see what happens with Logan. So he gets +1 courage. We're all going to get that. He rolled a 6. What does Logan get out of this? 5 to 8. You find something undigested and eat it. Gain +1 survival. So Logan's got 2. He's already at the max for their settlement. So he cannot gain any more survival, but he does gain another courage. I'm going to do the table rolls first, and then everybody's going to get to roll or have a bold event because every single one of them has reached 3 courage at this point. I'm looking on their sheets. Yeah, everybody had 2 courage already. This is good. So for the second roll, I guess we'll just do in a row. Sarah, 3. Sickening, archive all consumable gear. We don't have any consumable gear. So really, that's the worst thing that's going to happen. Angelica, a 1, same thing. And then Mikhail. A 9. What does 9 give us? The antelope is clearly sick, vomiting up pieces of itself. Gain +1 understanding and 1 random screaming antelope resource. That is Mikhail. It does say that each survivor rolls, right? Yeah, each survivor. Okay, so Mikhail gets +1 understanding. That puts him at 2. That's too bad it wasn't Lana again. And then we're going to gain 1 random random antelope resource. Okay, here are the antelope resources. Let's see what we get. Ah, sad day. Logan's going to go crazy on the antelope because he's got nothing to lose. He is doomed. Our first death. Well, we'll change something for our next settlement phase 2. Beast steak. I don't know what it does. It can be organ or consumable. So we got a beast steak out of it. That was our stuff. And basically that is going to end the hunt phase because we have caught up to the antelope now because that was here. And then we move forward 1 and we're at the hunt phase. So I'm going to clear the board. We're going to get ready to fight the screaming antelope. Okay, I have the Screaming Antelope all set up. Here's his AI deck. It's similar to the level 1 White Lion where you get 7 basic AI cards and 3 advanced AI cards, so we've set that up. Here's his hit location deck. I shuffled it as well as I could. This is the basic Screaming Antelope card. His basic attack is pick closest knockdown survivor in range. If there's no target, he grazes. It means he can graze the acanthus plants and heal, so we got to keep him from doing that. He's got a basic attack there. Also, his instinct is graze. The monster full moves to the closest acanthus plant and eats it, healing. So we got to watch out for that. He also starts the game with a trait, unlike the White Lion. This and his trait is Trample. When the monster collides with the survivor, they suffer damage equal to the monster's level to a random hit location. That's every time. So this creature tends to run around the board and run into people. He's bad. But let's get going. I'm going to show you how we set everything up, and we're going to start the fight. So someone asked me to leave the dice tower out of it, said it was annoying. Whatever. I like my dice tower. I'm going to give it a shot, see if that works better for you guys. Doesn't matter to me, really. It's just, one of the reasons I like having a dice tower is it contains where the dice go, so they stay in the camera. If I catch that they're rolling out of the camera too much, I'll try and roll differently or put the dice tower back in. Anyway, this is our setup. So we had to place the pillar 5 spots away from the antelopes. We did that. We have Mikhail, who's standing here on the monster in spear striking range. Sarah is back here, so she's going to take the first. Since we get to go first and we got to choose where we're at, this would not normally be the setup, but because of the monster corpse, it was too busy feasting to notice our approach, and we snuck up on it. So we have Lana way over here on the head of up on the big stone head again. Logan is here ready to rush in. He's standing next to an acanthus plant. If the thing bolts, he might pick some acanthus. Not that it's going to help him much, but and then we have, and again, we're going to start the show off with Sarah pouncing in using her White Lion coat ability of pounce. So let's do that. That allows her to use both her action and her attack, but it moves her 3 in a straight line, and she gets +1 strength per single-handed weapon. So both her guitars will be a strength 4. Plus, don't forget, she is a +1 strength, so strength 5 against the Screaming Antelope's, if she hits, the Screaming Antelope's toughness of 8. So, she's going to need 3 years or better to actually wound it. This is going to be another great start for us. Let's make it happen. So, we're going to move her in. 1, 2, and 3. She leaps forward, striking with her guitars. That's going to give her 4 dice to roll. And she needs, again, to hit with her guitar. She's striking from behind, so she gets +1. Her guitars are a 7, so she needs a 6. She has no other accuracy bonus, so she needs 6s to hit. Let's see what she gets. Well, she did really well. She got a 10. The guitars, remember they're deadly, but that doesn't help us right now. So a 10, a 9, and an 8, so she got 3 hits out of 4 attacks, and then we'll see what kind of damage she does. So the first hit location is the delicate inverted knee. Our second one is the furry throat, and our last one is the restless muzzle. So let's take a look at those. None of these have a particularly bad effect, so we're going to just start right off the bat with the delicate knee. Now if we had a club or shield, which we don't, we'd get a bonus on this, but a +2 luck bonus, which with her, man, well, it's the guitars that give her the deadly. So keep in mind that she hits on a 3, so and she does criticals on a 9 or a 10. So let's see what she rolls on the delicate inverted knee. A 7, so it is going to wound the antelope. So we take an AI card off, starting off right off the bat in a good way. The second one, the furry throat, a 5. That is going to also hit, because remember we need 3s right now. A 5 is also going to hit, and on the restless muzzle, oh man, can you see that? It didn't roll onto the board, but there it is a 10 right there. So what happens on the restless muzzle with the critical? You shock the beast with the blow to the face. The monster is knocked down. God, that couldn't be any better. While the monster is knocked down, you need a 3 to hit. So we do yet another point of damage. We might kill this thing quickly. Boom, and it topples. So our surprise attack paid off in a big, big way. Okay, all of those hit locations are discarded. We didn't get the trap, so we're in good shape there. That is it. So I think next up, man, we got to take advantage of this. I was going to pillage the monster, maybe get some acanthus, but we're not going to do that. The next thing that's going to happen is going to be Lana. She's going to use her catgut bow. She needs to hit a 7. She's up on the rock, so up on the face, so she needs 5s to hit. She got a 8 and a 10. I don't think she's got anything for a perfect hit on any of her stuff. No, not with their ranged equipment. Okay, so she did hit both times. So the first hit location stuck. The card just stuck there. Okay, is the restless teeny hands. Those are underneath its belly. It's got these crazy little hands underneath it. And the second one is the restless hoof. Now this does have, these both have failures on them, so we're gonna have to pay attention to that. We're gonna do the restless teeny hands first, I think, because this one's, the failure only affects if you're attacking with a melee weapon. So we're gonna do that one first. Let's see. She needs, now to damage. Her catgut bow has a strength of 3. She has a +1 strength, so 4. So she needs 4s or better to wound the antelope. Let's see if she gets it. A 7, so she wounded but did not critical. Take another AI card. That's the restless teeny hands. Now the restless hoof. She needs, see if she hits again. A 5, she did hit, so she did not fail on that hit. Both those cards go away. We have already done 4 points of damage to the antelope out of its, what, 7, 9, 10 cards. So we're destroying this thing in rapid succession because of this monster, the dead monster body. Tell you, it makes all the difference in the world. Okay, next up we'll take a stab with Mikhail. He's got. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the bold. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop. I'm gonna finish this round. It's not gonna make any difference. And then I got to get the book out because I forgot to do the courage event bold that they all got when they ticked up in the courage during the hunt phase. My apologies, but we'll get that done. It's probably not going to affect this round anyway. But Mikhail does have his spear, which is a 6+, so he's getting no bonuses. He just needs a 6. He doesn't have an accuracy bonus or anything. He gets 2 rolls. He rolled 2 9s, so he hit both times as well. The first one's the restless eye, and the second one is the giant tongue. Huh, interesting. So you note that the restless eye has the first strike notice on it. It means you have to hit this one first. Since it's coming from Mikhail, is he insane? Mikhail's got a, man, he's got no insanity. Wow. The screaming antelope's massive eyes glisten with human-like fear. If the attacker is insane, cancel all hits. He's not. He's the only one that's not. This is actually effective. Otherwise, the attacker is going to suffer. He's going to take a hit, brain damage, but that's okay. That's whether he hits or not. So he's striking in the eye. Now to damage with the spear, he's got a strength of 3. He's got a +1 4, so he needs 4s as well. He rolled a 2. Of course, Mikhail misses. He misses a lot. However, he does gain a brain damage from that because the thing was staring him down the eyeball, and he's not insane. Then we're going to attack the giant tongue. Now this has a -2 toughness to wound this location. It means it's softer. It's easier to damage. And so basically his 4 becomes a 2. He needs a 2 or better to hit. He'll roll a 1. No, he rolled a 4. So he would have hit barely. Now he did wound it. So blood and spittle erupts from the screaming antelope's wounded under maw. If the wound roll result is even, it is. Suffer 1 brain damage. The wound result is odd. Gain 1 insanity. It was even. So he suffers another brain damage. That's bad for us because now he's got to roll on the brain trauma table. But we did do 2 more wounds to him. So I don't think I did the other one yet either. Nope, there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, because that was, yeah, okay, so 2 more go into the stack. He's already down to 3 AI cards on the first round. That is pretty awesome. But we are not leaving unscathed, are we? We have, Logan is dead. We know that already. There's nothing we can do about that. He is going to meet his maker at the end of the showdown. And now we have to see what we do to poor traumatized Mikhail, who should have been insane. But he's not. A 4. Let's see, what's 4? Flee. You are knocked down and suffer knockback equal to your movement towards the closest edge. Gain 1d5 sanity, or insanity rather. So we gain, I rolled a 10. So he gains 5 insanity. That's kind of good. But it's this thing's freaking him out. And unfortunately, at least it's nothing permanent on the brain trauma. But he does move 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and is knocked down. Okay, he stumbled and fled. So that's going to be his turn. He did that after wounding the creature. So the next up is Logan. He's going to go 1, 2, and move in on the creature's backside and use his axe. His axe gives him 2 dice. He needs a 6. He needs a 7, actually, because his accuracy is -1. Let's see what he gets. An 8 and a 2, so he hit once with his hit location. He gets the restless back. Hits it in its restless back. Does not have a club or shield, so it doesn't get any bonus. Okay, he's going to get to roll 1 die for the attack. Now on his strength, what has he got? He's got a 0 strength. He's got no bonus there, so it's just the strength 3, so he needs a 5 to wound it. He rolls an 8, so he does. Another AI card down. We are slaughtering the antelope. I mean, just slaughtering it. And that's going to be the end of the round. Now I'm going to pause for just a moment to do our bold event from the hunt phase. We should have got it then. Okay, so in a single moment your perspective changes profoundly. Select the triumph corresponding to the current game phase. The current game phase when this happened was actually the hunt phase. So we're going to get a hunt phase triumph. I don't know if those are good or bad, to be honest. We're going to roll a d10. It says, expect the unexpected. You are prepared to face any mind-bending trials that at a moment's notice. Where others may falter, you forged ahead, meeting the journey head-on. Gain the following ability and roll on the table. Prepared. When rolling to determine a straggler, add your hunt experience to the result roll. Wow, that might have changed things. Well, that would have changed things for Logan, actually. Did we get which one did we get first? No, we got the tall grass, but they got the bold when they searched. So I'm going to play that that event happened. Then we would have rolled on this. I don't know. I guess I got to look that up. It would have changed things for Logan. He actually wouldn't die. He would have to archive a piece of gear instead, if I recall. Which is okay. He could have archived his cloth instead of all the other stuff he's got. Because he's got the rawhide helmet. He doesn't want to archive any of that, but he could have archived his waist armor. I'm going to look at that, but right now I'm going to roll for each of them on this roll. A 7. Gain +1 understanding. Wow, that has an effect on everyone. Well, not Sarah. She's not very understanding. She's got her first point of understanding. Mikhail, however, got his 3rd point, so he's going to gain insight. Lana got she got her, well, she already had, she's on her 4th point of understanding. She's pretty understanding. And then last but not least, Logan would have gotten his 1st point of understanding. So nobody got, well, Mikhail actually will get the insight trait. So we're going to have to do that next. So, oh wait, that was just Mikhail. What am I doing? Sorry guys, that was just one person. Don't worry about that. Cancel that. Next up we got, hold on, let me pick people first. We'll do, that was Logan. We'll do Mikhail. If I can roll the dice. See, this is why I use a dang dice tower. 7. 4 to 7, gain understanding. So same thing happened to Mikhail. He will get that event. Then Sarah, a 5, gain an understanding. So it's rolling out that way anyway. And then last but not least, Lana, a 2 is not. Gain +1 speed for the next showdown. So that means she's right now +1 speed. That would have given her a 3rd die roll in the attack. It would have affected the attack roll. So she does not have 4 understanding, rather, but she does have a speed token this round. Now I'm going to investigate this on Logan. He may actually be surviving. Let me check. So no, I went back and watched the footage, and unfortunately it is not going to help Logan because Logan, they got the courage from the vomit pile, from investigating the vomit pile, which came after the grass that is now embedding its way further into Logan's body and slowly consuming him. So unfortunately, that didn't help him. That's sad. All right, well, we're back at it. Now, I should have rolled one. Remember, we got one extra speed on Lana this turn, so I'm going to take advantage of that and roll that extra die for her attack. She did actually hit, so I'm going to pull a hit location. The giant mouth, there is a reflex on that, so we'll have to... I know we're taking things a little out of order, but he was knocked down anyway. And this has a melee weapon effect, so it's not likely to do anything. This is the giant mouth. If she shot it with a bow, so it's not going to hurt her bow in any way. And she got an 8, so we've knocked this thing down to 1 wound in its wound stack in the very first... There's only 1 AI card left in its stack in the very first turn. But it is now the Antelope's turn. So he is going to stand, and we're going to draw his first and only AI card. Legendary Horns. This is a trait. Oh, that's not supposed to be in there. Oops, my bad, my bad. I'm going to have to draw... Hold on, I'm going to fix this. It was one of his advanced AI cards that was missing. So, this is what we got. Lone Rampage. The monster unleashes an awful wail to signal its terrific rampage. All non-death survivors suffer 1 brain damage, so everybody's going to lose a sanity. All knockdown survivors... This is the zone of death. All knockdown survivors within the zone of death, there are none, suffer 1 damage per monster hit location. All standing survivors in the zone of death suffer 1 damage per monster level. Bash and knockback 7. So, man, he knew he was going to die, so he just went ballistic. The first thing that happens is that we all suffer 1 brain damage. So, everybody's going to lose a little bit of insanity. Lana is down to 3 insanity out of 4, so she's still insane in the membrane, but not as bad. Logan is down to 5. He was our most insane guy. Sarah, 2, and as you know, Mikhail had just got 5 insanity, so he's down to 4. That is not so bad. Now we got to do bash, which means everybody is going to take... Okay, if we're going to take 1 point of damage, we're going to take a bash, and we're going to knock back. Okay, so bash means we're knocked down. So everybody takes a point of damage. I got to roll hit locations. We'll start with Sarah. In the torso for Sarah, that's not bad. Her lion coat protects her. No, that's... Yeah, her lion coat protects her, so she just goes down to 1 point there. She'll just take it. Logan doesn't care. He takes 1 in the waist. He's not going to stop it. That puts his waist armor to 0. Then there's Mikhail's out of range completely. He's not in the zone of death. Let me see. How many is 1, 2, 3? Yeah, he's not in the zone of death. But strangely enough, Lana still is, I think. Let me just check count here. The zone of death is 1, 2... Oh, it's 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's 5 away, so she is not in it. So she does not suffer this. And then they suffer knockback of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. They made a collision with the big pillar. Let me check on this. Okay, this does not cause any additional damage to the survivors, but they do get knocked back and smack, and collision just means they get knocked down. They were going to get knocked down by the bash anyway. So, man, that was an interesting turn. Shows you how dangerous the Antelope could be if he had some more attacks. This is his only card, and it's now in the discard pile, so it's going to get shuffled back to be wounded again as it wraps back around our turn. Well, the first thing that's going to happen is Lana is going to encourage... she is going to encourage Sarah to stand up. So she uses one of her survival. Yep, she only had 1, so she's at 0. Lana encouraged her to stand up. And then she's going to shoot her bow. Remember, she's got a speed +1 this turn, so she got 3 dice rolls with her catgut bow. She needs a 7, 5 because she's on the statue, and she's gonna roll. She totally missed. Wow, zip, zip, zip. She missed. Okay, we're over to Sarah now. Sarah's gonna use her only point of survival to encourage Logan to stand up, and then she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack the, you know what? She's going to go right here. She's going to search the... She's going to take a chance. We're going to let the... We know what the... crap. We know what the antelope's going to do. It's only got one AI card. Okay, she's going to do it anyway because we want to search that thing before it's gone. So we're going to roll a d10. A 6 on the big guy is gain 1 basic resource, so we'll do that. Here's the deck. Let's see what we get. A monster bone, go figure. We're good at getting bones. And that is going to take this off. We're going to archive the monster off the board. I don't know if that was a good move or not because they're going to take more damage, but they're okay. They're okay. And then we can kill it now anyway. So now that Logan is up, he's going to spend one of his 2 courage to stand up Mikhail, and then he's going to go. He's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, he's going to run back in and charge him with his axe for 2 dice. See what he gets. A 6 and a 4. I think the 6 will hit, right? He's got a 3. Oh, wait, no, he needs 7s. He missed. He missed. Wow. Okay, well, then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's going to... I want to get rid of that card. He's going to... He can't stab it, can he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was here. Wait, it knocked him 7 away. He had to be at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's too far away, so he's going to move up to here and try and scavenge that plant. He rolled a 9. That's got to be something good. 8 plus, gain a fresh Acanthus strange resource and archive this. So he's going to gain that. That's good. There's our fresh Acanthus plant. The thing is it's going to do this again now because it's the only AI card it has left. So that was all the player's turn. So here we go. Boom! We draw the Lone Rampage again. Everybody in the range suffers... oh, you know what I could have done? No, I couldn't because she shot her bow. She can't move back. So everybody's going to take... Oh, she was just out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. She, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she's just out of range. But the rest of them aren't, so they're all going to suffer another sanity. So Sarah's down to 1 insanity. She's no longer insane. She's recovered some for some reason. Logan is at 0. Mikhail is at 3 now. So he's at 0 now, so he took that. But they all get knocked back 7. So 1, 2, 3, boom. He gets knocked back as well. They're there, and then he goes back to here. They all take 1 point of damage. We'll start with Logan. Logan takes 1 in the hand. He doesn't care. Remember, it's not attacking him directly, so I'm assuming this is happening. He takes a light wound in the arm. Lana takes a light wound in the foot. Or not Lana, Sarah rather. So she takes a light wound because she has no armor in her foot. And then Mikhail takes a point to the body, which just takes out his armor that he has, his cloth armor, or his rawhide armor. Okay, that's the end of that. All right, back around. We'll start with, I'm not going to, will she encourage, because they're going to be down till the end of the antelope's next turn. Lana has, oh, she doesn't have any more, that was a mistake. Lana has no more in survival, so, but she does get 3 hits, so she's shooting her bow. She can't miss every time. She got 2 hits. So the hit location is the Restless Rump, and the Pallet. So good. We didn't draw the trap. That is a good thing. Okay, she's going to hit the Pallet first because it has it only has a reflex on failure. The Restless Rump has a reflex on it, regardless. So if she hits this, she'll not at least get that card out of the way before it runs out of range or something. We'll see. Okay, here we go. And dice going all over the place. Okay. We're going to roll. She needs... Now, what does she need to hit? She's got strength +1. And her kick plus... She needs 7... Oh, not strength, rather. 7. And oh, so she needs 5s, right. No, she already hit. This is her strength. So she's got a strength of 3 on the bow, +1, 4. So she needs a 4. A 9. It's way the heck over here, but she rolled a 9. See, I don't like rolling without my dice tower, guys. Anyway, that gets rid of the Lone Rampage because that's the only card he has left. And now he's just down to his basic action. That gets rid of the Pallet, but there's still the Restless Rump to go. Let's see what she gets. A 3. She actually missed on the Restless Rump, but the reflex happens anyway. Turn the monster to face away from the attacker and full move in a straight line. Cancel all hits. Okay, so he's going to go whoop, and his movement is a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, right there. Which means he runs them, he tramples them, and trample says when the monster collides with a survivor, they suffer damage equal to the monster's level to a random hit location. So both Logan and Sarah are going to suffer hits. Sarah suffers 1 to the head. That is not good because she has no damage, so she would have been, she's already knocked down. Doesn't hurt her that much. And then Logan suffers 1 to the foot, to the leg. Logan actually has leg armor, so he goes down to 0. And that is the end of the antelope's turn. So, boom. That got out of range for her, though. That's not good. However, at the end of the turn, Logan stands up. Sarah, who got knocked down during that turn, doesn't go to the next turn. She goes to this turn, I believe. I don't know if that's true. I'm going to leave her down. And then Mikhail stands up. Okay. So, what do we have? We have, let's see, we'll start our next round with Lana. She's going to go 1, 2, and pick that acanthus plant right there. A 1. So a 1 means something bad, if I remember. Surveying. Something bites you. Suffer 1 arm damage. Archive the terrain. So something bitter in the acanthus that was in the acanthus plant. Oops. Banging my painted miniature around. That's not good. And she suffers 1 point in the arm. She actually has rawhide gloves, so it just takes out her armor. And that is the end of her turn. Okay, Mikhail stands up. He goes. He was here, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's just going to run up to there. He's got no way to attack. Logan's going to go next. He's got 2 survival, so he's going to spend 1 to encourage Sarah. So we're going to kill this thing. Then he's going to run around behind it and attack with 2 dice with his axe. He's begging her to kill it with him so that when he dies, he can die gloriously. He rolled a 5 and a 4, which I don't think is going to give him the glory he wants. Let me see. His axe he needs 7s, so he ran around and missed. Lana is going to go 1, 2, and she's going to roll 4 dice. Remember, because she's got her guitars. She does not get the strength bonus from the pounce, but that's okay. Her to hit roll is a 7. She's got no extra accuracy, so 7s. Why do I think she's better than that on the hits? I guess not. Nope. Nope, she does not have any accuracy. She's got strength, so she needs 7s. Oh, 6s because she's coming from behind. So she got 2 hits on it. Let's hope we don't get the trap. Restless flank, and they're sticking. They're still new. And gnarled horns. Okay, let's see. We're going to do the gnarled horns first because as a failure, the other one has a reflex. Get back. We're going to do this one first because all it does, and everybody else is already gone. It's just going to turn to face her. So she's going to do that one first. And if she hits it, it's going to die. So she's going to need a... This is the good part. She's got +1 strength. Her guitars are a 3, so she needs 4s to kill it. And she's got... This is the first of her 2 hits. An 8. Bam! Already we put down the antelope. Wow, that was crazy easy for us. We got lucky. We got lucky by drawing out the dead monster again. That has really helped us because it allows us to attack from wherever and start first. And man, we had it halfway damaged before it even before it even got to react to us. It was mostly damaged before it got to react. I think it had, we got 2 AI cards out of that, and the one was the same one over again, which did do us some damage, but nothing permanent. Even the brain trauma that Mikhail took was not permanent. So we got lucky there. He didn't have to draw a disorder. He's already got the disorder of secrets, which we're going to have to deal with when he returns. Yeah, so he won't be able to go on the next hunt because he's going to be too busy being secretive. So, yeah, that's not good. Anyway, we killed the antelope. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw. Let's go to let me get the book out so I can look at the antelope's rewards. First thing that happens, of course, everybody's going to gain a proficiency. Even Logan, sadly enough. And so I'm looking at the showdown for the antelope. Where is that? Showdown screaming antelope. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Why is that the case? Okay, here we go. Aftermath victory, hunt XP. weapon proficiency and rewards. Okay, the rewards are going to be 4 basic Screaming Antelope resources, 4 antelope resources, and 4 basic resources. So let me do the hunt XP first. Alright, well I did that, so now all we have to do is draw some of the antelope resources, see what we get. We already got a beefsteak and fresh acanthus in our pile, plus a monster bone. So we're going to get 4 more of those, and then some basic resources. So what do we get? First one we get is another beast steak, not going to help us much. A spiral horn, which is bone. A shank bone, which looks like a weapon already. And a shank bone. So here we are, the Bone Kings. We got lots of bone again. And then we're going to get 4 basic resources. Okay, here's our deck. What are we going to get here? We get that weird organ thingy, a hide, another weird organ thingy, which can, the universal, I like that, and another monster organ. Okay, oops, sorry, that's it, 4. Okay, that's our resources. So we got organs consumed. We got basically the effect of 3-ish hides. Got lots of bone again. We'll see what we can do with that. Weapons, right? I mean, I'd love to get more hides in there. We got some organs. Maybe we can build a leather worker, or we're going to definitely finish off our rawhide gear set. That's going to be very good for us. And then next lantern year, I think we have something special happen. Plus, don't forget we still got our great cat bone and iron from last turn. So we got some stuff to spend when we come back around for our next settlement phase. But it is going to be an eventful year next year. We have people that have reached certain levels of proficiencies at things. We're going to have some stuff. I said something's going to happen when we return. I got to remember what it is. I have to look on our charts and see, because I think we have a couple things happening in the next year. We've got lots of good items though, so we're doing pretty good. Now remember, Mikhail will not get to go on the last hunt. It's one of the reasons I wanted Logan to beef up, because now we're going to take whatever happens next. One of the survivors is going to be new. That's never a good thing. But I also wasn't using Mikhail's Timeless Eye very effectively, because he hits on. I don't even know. I don't think he's critical because he never hits anything. And he didn't suffer anything permanent. I'm just going over their stuff here. Yeah, we did the courage bit. We did all that. That is good. Yep, we're good. Okay, everything is as it should be, except for that when we return, Logan expires. Right now, actually, it said after the showdown. So he fought fiercely, helped kill the antelope very swiftly, and then perished. Logan is KIA. That's what's going to happen. Our first death event will occur. So we've had our first death. And that's going to make some things happen. So we'll say, RIP Logan. He was good while he lasted. He was our orator of death. That is now gone, and there will not likely be another. He should have done that before, but I didn't. He didn't take an action to do that. I should have done the orator of death and given everybody +2 insanity. I forgot. So that's the breaks. With the rapidness which we killed the antelope, I'm not going to complain. That thing could have done a lot more to us than it did. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for continuing to watch this playthrough. Again, we tackled the antelope for the first time quite soundly. I don't think it'll be so easy for us in the future. That was a lucky break with the dead monster. If we don't get that, we have to start way far away from him, and he gets lots of chances to attack. So if we didn't get the dead monster, we would have been starting on the edge of the board, and he would have been charging us down and running all over the place. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you next time.